thank you all so much. I cannot believe it. We have reached 108 subscribers. What is that about? Oh my gosh. So I know, I feel so excited to, as I said before, to be building a community of people that hopefully we can encourage each other and that we can be there for one another via this, to just share pretty things, but also talk about deep things and be honest about where we are in our lives and potential struggles, or celebrate the highs together. At any rate, just thank you all so much who have subscribed. If you haven't yet, I would love it if you did, just so that you will get the notifications early. I do try to post on social media, but I'm not the fastest or the swiftest girl on the block about that. I do try. So that's the best I can say, is I do try. But if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you like it enough to share it with someone, thank you so much. And definitely subscribe so that you can get the notifications when I actually post something. Fingers crossed. I'm trying to get back to a regular rhythm. I'm hoping that that will continue to be a thing. The first thing you saw was our 2 golden retrievers who love our pool, but they love it because Sweet Annie does wonderful training with them and plays with them that way. And so she caught all of that video and the 2 photographs. I give all the credit to her for being so diligent and so caring and loving with those puppies. They adore her. And rightly so, as do we all. But Rob and I were able to get away to the beach, as you'll see in the upcoming clips and photos. I'll just give you a spoiler alert. I was feeling good. I had consecutive days of feeling good. And so that's most of what I was able to capture for you. And then I have a few dresses to share. I'm leaning into the soft feminine era of my life right now, and these dresses reflect that. So hope that you find something. I also style them, so if you're not looking to shop, which is fine, if you're looking just to see how to style something, that's included as well. As always, I am so grateful for you all. Thank you and love y'all. Getaway. Yay! Not good for 5 days straight. 5 days straight without horrible fatigue. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't have a microphone on, so I'm going to lean in so you can hear me, but I am wearing hats every day while I'm on this little mini vacation for Rob and I. Very little makeup, but it's almost time to go get ready for our date. For our date night, which I am very excited about. I have been feeling good, and I got a shipment today. I got a haul sent here so that I can film some of it. It's going to be summer basics, basically, but just amazing things that I found on TJmaxx and Marshalls, and I didn't want to miss it. And so I thought, this being in the sun will, hopefully I can get some good shots. Again, hope you can hear me. Didn't want to run and grab the mic, but yeah, this has been so nice, and we're just beginning, so I'm trying to soak up every minute. I love it. We went on a walk today. I had a different hat on for the walk. Yeah, so just a far cry from how I've been feeling, and I couldn't be more grateful. So anyway, talk to y'all later. More pictures and video I'm sure to come, because my brain can think about it and it feels creative, and I'm excited, and yeah, it just feels good to feel good for however long this lasts. All right, love y'all. Bye.
All right, so we're at Chez Georges. This is the Boeuf Bourguignon, le bonsoir, and the Vacherie. That's next week, but we did come early. And then he's got the skate with the capers and the
Big caper, potato.
Okay, it's wonderful.
I am
Rob and I are going to an Italian restaurant. Can't wait. We're still at the beach. Loving it. I think that's my new thing. From now until forevermore, I want to be at the beach for birthday, anniversary, Mother's Day, all the things. Christmas, Thanksgiving, I'll take it. Yes, and I have a lovely little volcano brewing at 56, almost 57. Anyway, I'm on that. I'm feeling good, and I'm so grateful. And slept until 11:45 today. I fell asleep around 1:30, which is not terribly unusual. That's actually a good night. You know, my baseline these days. And dreamed all night about my mom. But it was not a good thing. I don't need to go into details. It was weird and cuckoo, but it involved her dying all over again and in a tragic way, and all of her things were destroyed and I couldn't get to them, and she had mailed us Christmas presents and they were delivered and someone stole them. Like it was just like, oh yeah, and not in a comedic way, like in a mournful way all night. And maybe that's why I slept so late, because I still mourn her for almost 4 years later. Not that it's gonna be any easier 24 years later, but Mother's Day is tricky for those of us who no longer can send those wishes out via text or call or FaceTime or in person. So, Mother's Day used to be a mixed bag because of the infertility, and now it's a mixed bag because I don't have my mom. But I am so grateful for the life I have right now, the children that I have, and the memories and the legacy that my mom has given me. And I feel like this year I have mourned her more than in the years past, simply because all of this with doing videos, fashion, I've talked about this before, was so much, I think, from her, certainly wasn't from my daddy. So anyway, just missing her a little bit right now today. Clearly my subconscious was missing her, and I hadn't even, been particularly mournful about it beforehand, but it hit me all last night, so strangely. Anyway, gotta get ready. Running late. Shocker. But that was because we went on a walk and I wanted to take a shower afterwards and go do something about this, because we ain't taking that with us. I mean, it'd be with me, but we gotta cover that up, because anyway. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye.
But first, finish my drink. My morning drink. When you sleep until 11:45 and you have 4:45 dinner reservations, because we are who we are now at this age, and we like the specials that come that early in the afternoon for dinner. I'm still trying to finish my breakfast drink. Anyway.
We are here at Nunzio, and we were here last year for our anniversary.
2 years ago.
2 years ago? Right, 2 years ago.
And bread.
Yeah, bread and her little mocktail.
A little mocktail.
It's good. And what are you having for dinner?
Greens.
Greens.
Weeds. Arugula.
Weeds. Arugula. Wonderful. Denise got the
arugula? And the arugula.
arugula and arugula, but that is it thinly sliced tuna?
Yeah, with capers.
Yeah, with capers and some yellow beets, I believe. Yeah? It's great. And I got the saltimbocca, and it is really, really good. Yay.
See what you got.
I got the veal saltimbocca. wonderful with spinach and potatoes, and all of it's wonderful.
Yep. Yum. I got more arugula and more arugula. Well, my friends, it's here. It's time. We are days away from summer. I have thoroughly enjoyed the spring, still enjoying the spring, but it is days before we hit that time of year where it is going to be sleeveless, it is going to be open, it is going to be cotton, it is going to be linen all the time, especially where I live. And as much as I love spring, it is probably truly my favorite season because the temperatures stay mild and lovely and everything is coming alive. But I will say the hardest thing about spring is the up and the down, the up and the down with the temperatures. And we live in Georgia, so I can't complain. I can't imagine what it's like to live somewhere like the UK or in North Dakota, or I know I saw Colorado had snow not too long ago, and we're in May. Can't, just don't think I am made or wired for that. And I love that the Lord decided, you, my loved one, may stay in the Southeast, because he just knew. He knew. But what is nice about summer is that you can kind of now count on, at least for most of the United States and probably most of the world, that summer means you can put away your sweaters, you can put away, for us, heavier jeans, that sort of thing, because it's just too much. It's just too much. So I wanted to bring you yet another fun haul from TJMaxx and Marshalls. I know, I'm not officially declaring this some sort of TJMaxx and Marshalls channel, because it's not going to be. I just can't help myself. I realized not long ago that part of my attachment, I guess you would say, to TJMaxx and Marshalls is the quality, are the prices, all the things. But it's also nostalgic for me. When my mom and I would go shopping, and that's air quotes, shopping, we had to drive from a small town just below Birmingham, Alabama, into Birmingham. It was the only place where there were malls. And she and I would walk around the mall. And I don't honestly remember ever buying a whole lot at the mall, but the first thing she would say is, where are we going to eat? And that's where I think my love affair with food came from, is that was really the whole purpose of going into Birmingham, was to walk around the mall, I guess, see what was new. But we never bought a thing at the mall that I can remember, but we always found somewhere to eat. And two of our favorite places, as it was the 80s, 70s and 80s, would have been Red Lobster and Olive Garden, both of which were centrally located right next to this new kind of store called TJMaxx. We had never, and she and I would spend so much time in there and actually buy things. And I mean, I just got chills just talking about it. I'm missing her. I'm missing her a lot. It's going to be my birthday in 3 days, and so it just, not only her birthday, not only anniversary of her passing, but my birthday seems to be a trigger for missing her. That connection of the one who gave birth to me on that day. And so anyway, I will try to get through this story. I just wanted to say that I think it is nostalgic. I think the fact that our tax bracket, her and Daddy's income, because they had a shared income, I had two working parents constantly. I think it was just such a sigh of relief to walk into a store like TJMaxx and Marshalls and find something like this that was in our price range and that absolutely made us feel beautiful and unique. And I remember walking through the halls in one outfit that I had on that was different and people saying something about it. And I just remember feeling like, yeah, I get TJMaxx and Marshalls. And I was 16 or 17, and that feeling hasn't changed, because I was like, yeah, that's right, TJMaxx and Marshalls, because it was in my price bracket, and it's still in my price bracket. And I love being able to share that with people, that these kind of things that are 100% cotton and look like something you're going to see at Ralph Lauren, it would shock me if there wasn't something that was accessible for everyone. I tend to look for things that are $50 or less, or if they are cashmere, if they are really high quality, if they are under $100, that catches my eye and sometimes catches my heart. Okay, my belt is falling off. I told Rob years ago that the way I shop, I've realized it used to be, and still is to a certain extent, would be catch and release, meaning that I didn't marry myself to an outfit just because I turned over the card or turned over the cash and have it in a bag. I need to wait, see it at home, try it on, and then give myself a few days, as I've talked about before I know that it's going to stay in my closet or stay in my wardrobe. When you see these hauls, as they're called, it just means it's a try-on haul. I'm trying on things both for myself but also for you, because I want you to see what's out there. And I may keep some of these pieces in my collection. My curated wardrobe, as I like to think of it, because it does feel like art to me. But I also may release them. I may release them back into the wild so that someone else has a chance to grab them up. But at least I want you to see what is on hand. So all that being said, I wanted to share with you this dress. I got this dress online at tjmaxx, and it's so interesting to me because love the back. As you can see, I love a low back. My back is now covered with moles and blemishes and all the things. I don't care. Like, I mean, I care in that I would love for it to look like it did when I was 16, but it's not going to. I have things removed if I want them, but most of these, as I've shared with y'all before, are not dangerous. They are not cancerous. I have it checked. It's just as a dermatologist looked me in the eye and said one day, said, "Oh, no, that's just because you're getting older." I'm like, thanks. So I don't have any desire to be ashamed of that. I am getting older. In fact, I'm about to turn 57, which hit me today of all days to go, oh my gosh, that's like my late 50s. Like we're past. I remember feeling that way in my 20s when I turned 26, 27 and thought, oh, I am in my late 20s. Well, now I am in my late 50s and will soon be in my 60s, and I hope to continue on and on for as long as the Lord allows me. But I am not ashamed to show these hard-earned moles and things. Are they my favorite thing on my body? No, not at all. But this is what is right now. So I wanted to share this dress with you in particular. I saw the silhouette, and I'll put up a picture of what it looked like online. This is one of those moments where I go, did the model not show up that day? I don't know what happened here. But the other interesting thing is that when I got this in the mail, it said that this was a mommy and me set. Well, I don't know, maybe this is meant to be maternity, or maybe I don't know. But there was no me, no little kid thing that came with it, just the dress. I do like this dress. I will say the reason this is what it is right here is because I've just taken the belt off and styled it for you, and I'll show you the different ways that I styled it, but I've just had to tie it in the back so you can get a visual because it doesn't fit right. It's very interesting. Again, I'll show you here. It doesn't have enough holes for me to tighten it for myself, which is, again, maybe I'm thinking, well, maybe it's meant to be maternity. I don't know. And it has grommets. Otherwise, I have a hole puncher for belts and things. But unless I'm willing to go all the way and do the grommets, I don't think that's really going to be feasible for me. If I do keep this dress, I would have to style it with a different belt, because this one, maybe I could take the whole thing off and just tie it, but I don't think there's even enough material for that. Again, like the dress, it just confuses me just a little bit. But maybe I should have known that by the way that it was featured on the website. Here it is with just a pair of loafers and the white belt, keeping it in that old money Ralph Lauren look with the white purse. But then I also thought, if I wear a little kitten heel, and those are my skin tone, then I could dress it up even a little bit more. And one way that I could fix the belt is just to take it in the back and tack it if I wanted to wear the belt the way it's meant to be worn. So these are just a few ways that you could style it. The other fun thing is that it comes with this pretty little necklace. And it's so fun. I didn't realize, but I guess this year, one of the many things that's on trend is sardines. I have seen sardine purses. I've seen sardine t-shirts, sweatshirts, necklaces. I mean, it's a thing. And so I guess it goes along with last year. There was a lot of nautical things. Well, this year I've seen lobsters, crabs, and sardines. So now we're not just in the shell season, we are in the actual, all about the sea life being on your necklaces or on your t-shirts and sweatshirts. So I thought, again, what an interesting thing that I've never ordered a dress that I can think of that came with its own necklace, but okay. So, and at the price point, it's only $30. Meant to say it is 100% cotton on the outside. So the inside lining evidently is predominantly polyester, but has a little bit of cotton, but it feels like cotton, which is so strange because it doesn't at all feel heavy. Now, I haven't been outside in the hot weather in this dress, but I don't know. I would be tempted because it is so airy, so roomy. It has, I think, a beautiful silhouette. One of my favorite things, as always, is a shirt dress, just because of the flexibility and versatility of, if you are petite like me and this dress is coming really quite low, and if I want to wear it with flats, I really need to show my leg or have that movement so you can see that I have legs. If you have little kitten heels on, that there's usually enough there that it doesn't matter. But with flats like this, with these little Walmart sandals, I need that at the bottom. And as I've said before, sorry, I'm going to try to be very mindful of my microphone. It's hard because I talk so much with my hands and move around with the collar. But you could even unbutton this button. I really wish that button was about right here. So I could unbutton that and tack it, especially if you have a larger bust. There is a lot of stretch because this is elastic in the back. There's a lot of stretch if you have a larger bust and want to be able to adjust this part. You could try sizing up. I mean, clearly it's not going to matter because the belt's going to be bigger anyway. I don't think this is unique to me. I think there's something in the design of this belt, but maybe that's why it's at TJmaxx and Marshalls. I don't know. But I will say that the rest of it, it just fits so well, and it feels lovely and light as air. Again, love that silhouette. And if your hair is long and you are self-conscious about your back, I mean, look, see? It covers up a lot of sins, a lot of flaws, a lot of things that you may not want other people to see. And this silhouette, again, with my shape, if I am at my ideal weight, I have an hourglass shape, which just means that my shoulders are in proportion to my hips and that my waist is the smallest part on my body. It doesn't have to do with your bust, although a lot of women who are hourglass shape do have a larger bust, but some of us do not. When I gain weight, which I'm in a season where the weight is going up again, I think a lot of it has to do with the insomnia, cortisol. Cortisol loves to wreak havoc on my body, but that's a different story for a different day. Then what happens with most people who are hourglass when you start to gain weight, especially in midlife, is then you become a pear shape. And what I love about this silhouette, as I'm sure I've said before, is that what happens is it accentuates the part of me that feels really good, which is usually a smaller waist. And with my shoulders out, it gives me that balance of proportion from here to here. And I just love this. I love how feminine it feels. I love the movement. I love the color scheme of this, that it is a light blue with dark blue and white stripes, feeling very summer, very nautical. I'll come in just a moment, but just wanted to show you from a distance and show you these different ways that you could style this one dress. The downside is there are no pockets, and that would have pushed me over the edge 100% of whether or not I would keep it, even with all the oddities of it. I mean, you get a free necklace, so that's kind of hard to beat. But I do wish it had pockets. I have dresses that don't have pockets, so it's not a deal breaker, but it's one of those things that would have helped it go right over the edge. Okay, I want to show you several other things that I am very excited about. Today's video is to include predominantly, I'm going to say 98% of everything I'm going to show you is a natural material, 100% linen, 100% cotton. And the reason that's important to me is because I've just discovered how incredibly breathable that is, especially for my climate. I live in Georgia. It's in the south of the United States if you're not from the United States. And if you are in the United States and live somewhere in the south, you know what that means. We get to about June and July, August, and it can be unbearable to be outside. And so if I'm wearing a polyester blend, what I now know, even on my head for hats, that just means sweat and misery. And I ain't doing it no more. So, and I have just become really excited about being able to hunt and search and scavenger for you all, for myself, for these materials that are breathable for us. And so that we get to be, from a sensory perspective, we get to feel comfortable all day. From a midlife perspective, if you're having hot flashes, if you're dealing with that, you don't have to deal with that. If you're a mom and you've got little kids and you're like, the last thing I want to be doing is sweating in my clothes while I'm running after them at the park, at the playground. Because trust me, I remember those days. And having linen or cotton, oh, that just would have made such a difference. I just didn't realize that that's what would have really helped in terms of body temperature regulation. So I am going to put on some more things to share with you, and hold on. Okay, this is one of the prettiest dresses I think I've put on in a long time. That is 100% linen, 100% linen. It is this square neckline. I think that works for so many body shapes. It's an A-line, comes in at the waist, goes out, shows your shoulders. If you wanted to wear a sweater, you could do that. You could do a wrap or a sweater on it, but it is just stunning. I mean, I just ran the iron over it because it is 100% linen. It is a thick linen, not a thin, so there is nothing see-through about this. Sorry, I just want to do this all day long in this dress. $35, 100% linen. And this is one of those, it's so interesting with TJ Maxx and Marshalls that the actual brand, so it's at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, but the actual brand is called something. I will put it up here. But what it was listed as was JL Luxe. I thought, well, I've never heard of that, but I haven't heard of a lot of these things. And I think what I have found is they do that as kind of a placeholder. There is a brand called, it's either Joie, a French pronunciation, or just Joy, Joie. Not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but they often are listed, and I know this because you can see the tag in the model or the way that they've posted it, but they list it as famous brand. Just a random famous brand. So just keep that in mind, that sometimes for whatever reason, if you're on the website and you're like, I don't understand, I've never heard of this brand, but if you see like this, what I saw was the cut, the silhouette, and then it was 100% linen, and I thought, I really want to try that on for everyone at the price point of $35. It could have been paper thin and it would have been like, well, there's a reason it's $35. But this is honestly just stunning. I cannot say enough about it. I am hoping that it does not sell out by the time that I can get this up for you. Again, I will do what I can to find something similar if it does, but I really hope that you can find this for yourself if you like it. I could take it up a little bit. The only downside for me is that the straps are not adjustable, and I would love that if they were. It needs to just come just a teensy bit. I mean, I can hold it up. I do have to wear a strapless bra, obviously, with it because it's spaghetti straps. But again, elastic in the back, so there's lots of room in here for growth. if you need room for your chest, I do not. But it is stunning. It's lovely. It is linen. It's going to wrinkle a little bit, but I think in these darker colors, you don't notice it quite as much, especially with this flowy, it's not a 360 skirt, but it feels amazing. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Just do this right here. As you can see here, you can style it with different shoes. I just put on a nude to me, something that matches my skin tone shoe with a little kitten heel, because I like to have a heel. Obviously, I could wear this with sandals. My daughter, I was FaceTiming her as I was doing this, just getting ready I had just ironed it to put it on, and she's like, why are you wearing a silk dress? And I was like, it's not silk, although good to know that from a distance it looks like it's silk because it moves like silk, but it is 100% linen. So for that price point, ooh, this is going to be a hard one to release. Anyway, just wanted to share that with y'all, and again, like I said, hope it's still there by the time you see this. Okay, this is a beautiful drop-waisted dress with flutter sleeves. Flutter? Yeah, flutter sleeves. It is, these are real buttons. I had to look down because I'm like, I don't think it's a shirt dress. Oh, I'm a little tired today. These are real buttons, but you really don't have to deal with these because there's a lovely zipper on the side that opens everything up so you can just slip it right on. These flutter sleeves, lovely. The outside of this dress is 100% cotton and it feels that way. It is absolutely lovely. The lining, however, is 100% rayon, which means it's very, very soft. I'm just not sure how breathable and walking around, and if you're outside, I'm not sure how breathable that's going to be, but I wanted to include it because the outside is 100% cotton and the inside lining, and it is lined, and it feels so soft. The other disclaimer I have for this one is that I had to put on shapewear, one because I'm experiencing bloating and whatnot, and again, it's the cortisol puddles, but particularly with a drop waist dress it was very see-through here, so it's not quite as lined on this section, and I just felt like I needed that, but I'll include the one that I actually like, the shapewear, because it does feel breathable. It doesn't feel like I'm sucked in, what is it, like sausage stuffed into a tube. But just felt like that was necessary with this particular dress to even try it on. It just was, I was like, oh, no, I don't like the way that feels. But with the shapewear, I was like, oh, I really like the way this feels. So I'm glad that I found some shapewear that I like. This is $35. It's TJ Maxx and Marshalls, obviously. So I know that it is white, so it obviously wouldn't be something to wear to a wedding. I have an identically shaped dress that is floral, and I think it's floral enough to not be mistaken for white. So I'm going to try that on for you. But just wanted to include this one because I feel so lovely in it. And you can accessorize. I mostly just changed out the shoes because I didn't really want to do anything to the waist. I think that's part of the charm of this. I'll come up in just a second to show you this beautiful embroidery. There's little dots here. It's almost like a not Battenberg lace, but that kind of lacy detail, but not scratchy lacy, like cotton lace. I don't think I'm using the correct terms for these, but I just think it is so beautiful. There's a side panel, so this all is the same fabric, and there's lines, very almost invisible lines going up and down that's very elongating as well. And then this has a different panel on the side, and then the side is, the width of this is about this. So this is a different fabric. It's the fabric that is right here. So it's just got lots of visual interest, and again, it's very becoming. I think if you have issues like I do in this area, that will be where you want to wear shapewear. If that's not your area, I think there appears to be lots of room in the bust, because there is for me, and again, I don't have a large bust, but there's buttons. You could always size up if that's the case. But I wanted to include it because it is absolutely lovely. And I'm going to come up close so you can see. So this is what I mean, like there is no need for a belt. That is just stunning. It's why I even ordered it, because I thought I couldn't get over how these pleats go up and down. It gives, for me, a very early 1900s feel, which is one of my favorite eras in history in terms of clothing. I love it. It's old school Jessica McClintock from the 80s feeling, but that is what is on trend. So it's not like you're dating yourself if you wear this. In fact, this is a more modern, recycled again, modern look. And if you like for me, it's long, but I am wearing a pointed kitten heel in this right now. But again, I'm showing you what it looks like. You can make it very casual with sandals, and I donned a new hat that I wanted to show y'all because I'm looking again for not polyester hats, but for straw, for paper, for raffia, if I can find it at a reasonable price point, because that was another shocker to me that sun hats go for hundreds of dollars. I didn't know that. And to find them in the $13, $14, $25 range made out of natural materials, I've been so excited. So I thought that was it reminds me, if you ever watched Charlie's Angels, and there was a scene where the character Kelly Jacqueline Smith wore one similar to that. Always loved that moment in the beginning of the show. But I just want to show you what that looks like with the different shoes of how you can dress it up or dress it down. It doesn't have to be super formal, simply because it's 100% cotton and soft, very soft, luxurious cotton. So I'm, again, praying that it hasn't sold out. I will check across both websites as well as the original designer if I can find it, and see if they have it on their website, because I'm finding that is something that you can also have as an option if you really love the silhouette. And you're probably going to pay a little more if it's on the original label's website, but if you love it that much, you still may want to get it. So again, I'm going to come in, show you the back. It's just lovely, 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 lovely. So, and this is, I want to be very honest, this is the side. I want to give you a side profile, knowing that this is my area that gives me the most pause in terms of outfits as to whether or not I like something. Often it's not my arms, it's not my back, it's not even my legs. Like, all of those have issues too, but it's this right here where I carry all of the weight of the cortisol that still bothers me. It's where I will make decisions, yay or nay, depending on how it feels, unless I'm going to wear like a bouquet the whole time. Be like a prom in the 80s with the nosegay. I could walk around like that. But I prefer not to walk around like this. I prefer to feel free and all of that. But that is what it looks like with shapewear. And I'm not going to be showing you what it looks like without the shapewear, because that was not my favorite. Anyway, hope you like it. Love the sleeves. Here, I'll get it so you can see the sleeve material as well. And I did iron it. Again, it's 100% cotton, so this I think would do better. Sorry, this will do better with just steaming it. I was having trouble trying to figure out which way do I iron it. Do I go up? Do I go down? Do I go sideways? But I think if I just used the steamer, it probably would have been fine. So anyway, there you go. Well, I thought it would be hard to beat the white dress, but oh my lands. This, what I like about this, again, very similar. It's the flutter sleeve, it's the drop waist, but this, there's no sense of fussiness or like having to worry about the self-conscious areas. It just, because I did not expect to like this as much as I did. I wanted to get it to show the two different kind, and something that would, that you could perhaps wear to a wedding. Again, it's cotton, so it's not super formal feeling, but I think it is just stunning. I love this kind of floral print. Oh my goodness. And again, it has the differences in the material, which could be kind of yeehaw if done in the wrong way, but this feels like it was done in the right way to me. I just can't get over how this feels on. Again, it is 100% cotton on the outside with a rayon lining, so it's super soft. It does not feel like synthetic material, but rayon is obviously a synthetic material. So if it's important to you that nothing synthetic touch your body, then you're going to want to be aware of that. You could probably snip this. Get to it. You could probably snip this out. I think it only goes to the waist. Yeah, I'm positive it only goes to the waist. And so you could take that out and put in your own slip. But if it's more about how it feels, it is so flowy and it doesn't touch the body. So I think for me that would pass the test. Just depends. Again, at any point, if I decided to, I could remove that lining and add in a slip of my own. But man, oh man, this is just so pretty and so feminine and so spring, summer. It's even, I feel like it even go into the fall because it is a cream. It's not a bright white. Not that I think white can't be in fall and winter, but I'm just saying it leads into what almost could be autumnal colors as well. I am constantly eating my hair. I am constantly thinking when I'm looking at buying a dress that is made out of cotton or linen, I have to think to myself, how long can I wear that? And if I lived in a certain part of the United States or a different part of the world, this would be for a couple of months, or as they say, on vacation or holiday. But for me, this could last me well into November, because we may have one day that's 50 degrees, we may have the next day where it's 75, 80 degrees, even in November, well into the fall. And so this is one of those moments where as I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is almost year round for me. Like, you know, maybe not late November, December, January, February, but by March and April and May and June and July and September and October, I could wear this all day long, all over the place. I am a little bit excited about this one. I loved the way the white looked. It just felt like it was a lot to iron for me. I like things that are more low maintenance, but it was absolutely stunning, especially if you know someone in their bridal era. Like, that would be a lovely thing for them to wear to their bridal shower, to, you know, whatever it may be, or just walking on the beach with that dress is lovely. But this one as well, I mean, right now I have it on a very low kitten heel. If you can find something close to your skin tone, that's going to be one shoe that you're like, it doesn't matter, I can put these on no matter what. And that's with these, it's like a little tiny heel, but in this case it actually does kind of match the overall tone of the dress. So there's not a lot that needs to be added to this dress to style it. That's what's so amazing about it. The flutter sleeves gives you the broader shoulders in order to accentuate an already accentuated waist. And then at the bottom, having the flow-free, just incredibly soft and very comfortable bottom. Again, this look is maybe old for some of us, but brand new to this decade, to this moment in 2026. It is considered a modern cut. Enjoy the nostalgia, enjoy the flashback, and enjoy the silhouette, as it does help bring in that hourglass shape that so many of us like. So, all right, I want to show you up close. I haven't already. Again, it's got similar to the white one, but this is just more of the floral pattern, so less detail in that, but you still get the little embroidery look. You get the lines here with the embroidery. It is flat here. I mean, there is a texture to it. There's no pleating per se. It's more of just there's almost, it's not a ribbed part of the fabric, but there is a texture to the part of the fabric here. And this too has the little dots here. So I again just think it is so sweet. I absolutely love this. And I mean, if you're trying to envision, I'm like, I just don't know a place I wouldn't wear this. But that is how I am with my love of dresses. This doesn't feel super formal to me, but it also could be at a formal event. I love that about a dress, that I can think through multiple places, multiple ways to wear it, and it's not requiring me to do a lot to it to feel the way I want to feel, and I can just put on a pair of kitten heels that are kind of my skin color, and we're all good to go. Anyway, just was really excited to show it to you, because again, didn't think I was gonna be like, hey, yeah, I mean, it's fine. I got real excited, so hope y'all enjoy it as well. I forgot to include one of the most important parts. I don't have to wear shapewear with this. Or let's keep sucking in my hair. At least shapewear would be optional for this one, because it's not see-through at all anywhere and it just doesn't feel as, you know, not revealing, that's not the right word. It has distractions in the best possible way in the areas that I don't feel great about being super. So this is without shapewear. The cutaways and all of that were with shapewear, just because I still had it on from the white one. But I was like, wait a minute, I gotta know. And so sure enough, nope, I will not be wearing shapewear with this if I decide to keep it, which is my favorite thing, because what's the point of having 100% cotton if I've got to feel like, ugh? But if I felt like that was necessary, I know that that's an option. But this is it just feels lovely, lovely, lovely. And not restricting. My kind of thing, my favorite kind of thing. So I wanted to share just one more of the drop-waisted look. And because you're going to see it if you go into a store, and it is not dependent on your age. It really is dependent on your preference, your style, how the silhouette looks on your body. If you enjoy that, if you don't enjoy that, it has a lot of great qualities for a lot of body shapes, particularly because it does accentuate the waist or creates a waist if you are short-waisted or if you're more of a rectangle or apple shape. This particular shape doesn't do a straight across or really long like the other two, but what it does is it almost does an upside down frown. The drop waist goes a little lower all the way around and comes back up in the front. So it just gives you a different visual. I think it's incredibly comfortable. This is 100% cotton, both the dress and the lining. Lovely. $35 again, which seems to be the sweet spot for these kind of dresses on TJ Maxx and Marshalls. This is the one that I was telling you, and I've seen this many times now, that says famous brand. So the famous brand for this one is Joy or Joie. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but it's Joie. And just wanted to share it with you because it has pockets. And again, it is 100% cotton. So please hurry if you get the chance. If you like this, I'll come in so you can see the little eyelet. It has a little bit of eyelet detail. It's not completely eyelet, but there's a little bit of that all over the dress. Right now, I just have them on with the Walmart sandals that I bought, but I'll show you how I've decided to style it in a couple of different ways with different shoes, different sweater options. Again, if you are uncomfortable with your arms, I encourage you to walk through that, be brave. Look, come on, I mean, we can do this. I don't know if I've shared this with y'all, but I've been working on my arms at home. We do weight lifting with just handheld weights at night when Rob and I are watching a show, and the streaming service that we're watching it on right now has commercials. I'm like, what are we, is this like the 1976? So we have to sit through the commercials because we're just at the stage where I don't think we're going to watch a lot on this service, and so we don't want to pay for, no commercials. But all that to say, that gave us the idea of like, well, let's make the most of the commercial time. So we get up and we do our low weights, we go up and we go down, and I can do a little planking, whatever we need to do. That for me especially, I just need something every day to help me feel like I'm putting muscle back on my body where I've lost so much of it in the last few years. So, but anyway, back to the dress. Let me come in. Let me come in and show you. Isn't that lovely? And it's, again, like I said, it's not all over. The skirt has far more, but they're just sort of nicely spaced out. It gives you, from afar, you can't even see that detail, but when you walk up and see it, it's so pretty. And again, square neckline, much like there's a linen red dress that I walk into this thing every time. There is a red linen dress that I've shared that has that neckline with the, I almost said strawberries. These are not strawberries. These are strapless. Not strapless. Straps. Spaghetti. Spaghetti was the food I was looking for. My brain said strawberry. Not the strawberry straps, but the spaghetti straps that go over the shoulder. The zip in this one is in the back versus on the side, which is fine. I mean, it's fine for me. I can still do this, and it because it's far enough down that I'm not doing the whole like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do that? So I thought it was just so sweet. Again, 100% cotton, both in the lining and the outside of the dress, which is lovely. All right, so next, well, to quote the Von Trapp children from The Sound of Music, which was one of my all-time favorites growing up, the sun has gone to bed, or is about to, and so must I. So that is as many dresses as I could get ironed and show to you before it's bedtime, and it's time once again for me to go eat. So I'm gonna do that. But I did want to share with you what this dress is. It is by the famous brand, again, Joie, however that is pronounced, Joie. And it is so pretty. And when I saw it on the website, I was just dying to try it on. It has that fit and flare, which I absolutely love. The nice thing is that you can wear a real bra with this, with real straps. You don't have to wear a strapless, which is nice. I'm just pairing it with an ivory sweater because I'm a little bit chilly in here. I guess I could turn the fan off. And at this point, I have it on with not the Walmart sandals, but the ivory version because the sweater is more of an ivory color. I got these last year. I think I shared that with y'all that I bought them in just about every color that they had because I like them so much. That you can, this is another one of those that you can totally dress up, or you can totally dress it down as I'm doing right here. I'm gonna tie this the way I saw the French girls doing it when Rob and I went to Paris. They would wear their sweaters like this and not just around their shoulders, which was really kind of fun because I was like, oh yeah, this is a great way to wear this. Easier for me to talk with my hands if I have them free. But I want to explain to you, it is a fit and flare, as I said. You can wear a real bra with it. You don't have to wear a strapless. It's elastic in the back, and the zipper is in the back, which is nice, again, because it's not super high up on the neck that you would, I don't think you would have trouble. I didn't have trouble zipping it by myself. I don't think you would either. And the only thing, I'm going to chunk my sweater under the bed. The only thing with this dress is that, surprisingly, it's big here, which is one of the reasons I think I've shared that I do try to find, if there are straps involved, I try to make sure that they are adjustable straps because of the way that things like this fit on petite girls. It's great if you're a tallie, and if you have a larger chest, that's probably going to work in your favor. But if you're under 5'4", I'm only 5'2", it does become a challenge. So if I love this dress enough, I can just do this, fold it and tack it, or snip it and sew it back together. I think I would have a tailor do that. I can tack things. If I want to shorten my pants or my jeans, I can do that with stitch witchery or with little Velcro button kind of things. But when it comes to cutting fabric, that makes me nervous. Even if it's only $35, that's still a lot. So I would say it needs to probably be taken up just a little too to fit the way it's supposed to, both here and there, which really makes me sad. So, because I love, and I'm going to come in so you can see the embroidery on this is just stunning. So I love it, but I just don't know. It's going to take a lot to make it work for the way my body is shaped, and that's okay. Like, there will be another $35 dress that's 100% cotton. It has beautiful embroidery should I decide that I don't want to go through all of that. And that usually is a big determining factor for me, is how much do I have to go through to get it to where I want it to be. That is yet to be determined. I will keep you posted. But it is a lovely, lovely dress if you are looking for something. And I wanted to show you, as I've said, with white, with blue, any of these solid color things, you can bring in pops of color, whether it's yellow, red, ivory, navy blue. I wanted to show you again how that looks, that you can keep, and these are repeats. You've seen these sweaters, you've seen these shoes. I would love for you to be able to see what it looks like to just keep rotating things through your closet, or when you bring something home and you just go, I don't know. Take your sweaters, your shoes, the things that you love, and try styling it with the new piece. And that will help you decide, is this something that will be versatile? Can I wear it multiple ways? Obviously, these cardigans I could actually put on, but it just took a little more time to do that. So I wanted to show you that, I often like to drape it around to give that pop of color. I heard someone say recently that it's kind of like adding a necklace, which is so true. Obviously, you want to add jewelry, but these cardigans, because they're what's on trend right now, they're so readily available that you can do that, just like adding any other accessory. Handbags, purses, basket bags, same way. The shoes, I mean, right now I'm just wearing these little sandals, but I could wear it with kitten heels, I could wear it with the yellow wedges, I could wear it with loafers. Like, there's just a lot of flexibility with this kind of style, with this color. So I wanted to encourage you that if you're just racking your brain going, I can never decide, see if that helps. See if going into your closet and pulling things on that you can accessorize with other pieces of your clothing, see if that helps at all in your decision-making process. All right, as I said at the beginning of this part, that the sun is going down, and so am I. Slowly but surely, like, the words are not coming. So I'm gonna go. All right, thank you all so much, and I'll talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I pray that if you are going on a vacation, that you get to have as much fun as we did. As short as it was glorious. And I hope if there was something you saw in the fashion part, share with us. Let me know what you found, what you're choosing, what your favorite things are right now. I would love to hear. Again, I hope this is a dialogue. Feel free to comment, to ask me questions, whatever you like. And I had some questions about links for the things you see in the video. I always put as much as I possibly can in what's called the description box, which is often, if you're watching this like this, it's going to be under my head. If you hit the more, where the word that says more, ... more ellipses, then it will pop up, it'll come down for you to be able to see everything. Or if you're watching it like on your phone or on a different device, like I often watch things on my iPad, it'll come up on your side. The same thing, right after the first few words, it'll say the word more, and you can hit that and then everything will be listed. The only problem with the description box is that it is limited in characters. And so what I often do now is also put all of the things in the very first or second comment, because there's a character limit there too. And I promise it's not because I'm being wordy. Part of it is because I'm not yet affiliated with any store, any brand. All I can do is copy the link, and sometimes the link is really long. I just wanted to mention that. So if you're looking for the red shorts or the white top, or in this video, the dresses, that's where they'll be. And as always, I am so very grateful for all of you and the sweet comments that you leave and the thumbs ups and you are kind people. Regardless of how raw or goofy or 57-year-old-ish I get to be on here, you all are just very gracious to me, and I appreciate that and hope that I bring something to you as well. So have a great day, have a great week. Hopefully you will get something from me in a timely manner. We'll see. Next video, fingers crossed, will be a few more summer basics that I talked about in the video that came in, and I just couldn't fit it all into one video. It probably will be a couple of videos actually, and I hope to have that out to you very soon. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye. The song that made me want it. The whole club was looking at it.